Drought can be defined in many ways. In its reference to its link to climate, drought is best described as a prolonged, abnormally dry period when the amount of available water is insufficient to meet our normal use, and is typically measured by observing rainfall deficiencies over a period of 3 or more months. This video will explore the consequences of drought on Australian health, the economy, and various ecosystems. Droughts can have extensive impacts on the health of people in relation to nutrition, communicable diseases, air pollution, and an array of mental health problems including post-traumatic stress disorder and depression. Mortality rates have been known to increase in corresponding years of droughts. The WMO has linked droughts to 680,000 deaths globally from 1970 to 2012. Mental health can worsen for those in drought-affected areas of Australia, in particular male farmers. A study undertaken recently in New South Wales revealed that the relative risk of suicide can increase by up to 15% for rural males aged 30 to 49 as the severity of drought increases. In light of these statistics, it can be concluded that droughts impose a harmful effect to the health of those in drought-affected areas. This will have particularly emotional consequences to the local community and put major strain on relationships. A call to action may include more healthcare services and mental health sessions to be implemented in these areas, as well as counselling sessions and financial aid as a relief to stress. The Australian Bureau of Statistics in 2014 found that between 2002 and 2003, decreases in agricultural production due to drought resulted in a 1% reduction in gross domestic product. In comparison to this, the global financial crisis caused a 2% reduction in Australia's annual GDP. Agricultural production is also hindered. In 1982 to 1983, during one of Australia's most intense droughts, there was a total incurred loss of $3 billion in agricultural production alone. The western region of Victoria experienced an 80% reduction in grain yields and a 40% reduction in the production of livestock during this drought. Concluding this, it is clear that drought has a significant unfavourable impact on the health of Australia's economy. Government revenue has decreased, and therefore government spending in other sectors of the economy may be cut to financially support those in need, which could affect all of Australians. The unemployment rate will also increase as farmers lay off workers due to lower output. Australia's natural environment is significantly impacted. Decreased water supply leads to a decline in suitable habitual areas for aquatic ecosystems, which causes a steep decline to the populations of an array of fish and invertebrate species, sometimes resulting in an extinction. During the Millennium Drought, there was a marked reduction in the populations of waterbird, fish and aquatic plants in the Murray-Darling Basin. This has far-reaching short and long-term effects on the food chains within the ecosystems that are damaged. Drought is also a large threat to native eucalyptus and river gum species of trees. Planted forests are put under stress, and during the Millennium Drought, 57,000 hectares of planted forest in Australia was lost. The southwest corner of Western Australia, since the mid-1970s, has experienced a 15% drop in rainfall, and Perth has experienced a reduction of nearly 80% of total annual inflow into its dams. There has been a remarkable decline in habitual areas for organisms, particularly aquatic. If the trend continues of hot, dry conditions in the south of Australia, some native species will continue to face habitat degradation and population declines. Thousands of freshwater species could be at risk of extinction, such as the iconic Australian platypus, as well as a variety of eucalypt forests. To prevent population declines of cattle and sheep, it is imperative that farmers provide access to water for the animals through the means of carting water to troughs or employing water systems on their farm. Water restrictions have been implemented to try and preserve the minimal water that has been actually collected in catchment dams for household use. It will be increasingly difficult to erase such large rainfall deficits in the future if rainfall keeps declining. Perhaps the plantation of desalination plants can potentially assist in easing declines in urban water supplies.